So now we're just going to talk a little bit about music. So what were some of your favorite bands growing up, and then some of your favorite bands or artists today?
Okay, growing up, I liked the Partridge Family with David Cassidy and the Jackson Five and the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Chicago, bands like that. And also, they had these little records on the back of cereal boxes. And these people were sort of like the more marginal bands, but they became really popular. And you would cut the little record out and play it. So that would be like Bobby Sherman, who was really cute, and everyone had his poster, or the Monkees. And they were like a crossover band. They had a TV show and a band, so I liked those. And today I like classic rock, classical music, opera, jazz, pretty much everything, bluegrass, everything except country western. Absolutely do not listen to country western or rap music, which I think is like ridiculous. But everything else I'll listen to.
Okay, so how did you listen to music when you were younger? Like, did you listen to like CDs, tapes, 8 tracks? Then how do you listen to music today?
Okay, well, CDs weren't invented yet, and 8 tracks not yet until I was maybe like junior high age. So at first it was records. Grandpa and Grandma had a ton of records, and we always listened to records and the radio. I loved music probably almost more than anyone else in the family. So I listened to the radio everywhere. We had a giant stereo in the living room, and I had a transistor radio that I listened to in the bedroom, and a radio in the bathroom when I could get away with it. And yeah, and in the car. We always had music on in the car. And then cassette came out, so that was like pretty cool. And then after cassettes, 8 track, and then CDs. I don't think I started listening to CDs until after I was in college.
Okay, and then
So,
how do you listen to music now?
albums. How do I listen to music now?
Yeah.
Mainly radio, because CDs are just too much of a pain. I don't listen to radio. Music on my phone, but my children do, and they hook it up to the Bluetooth in my car. And I also really, really, really love live performance music. So if I had my preference, I would go see a band versus, listening to it. But yeah, radio, mainly radio.
Okay. So how did your parents think of your music choices back when you were growing up? Did they ever put like limitations on what you could listen to?
No limitations, but they didn't like it. They don't like loud rock and roll. They did not like Elvis and thought that Elvis was ridiculous. Wrong. Grandma likes Elvis. Grandpa didn't. He said he moved his hips too much, and so he's not an Elvis fan. But I liked Elvis. So I always liked generation behind music, like 50s and 60s. But the big thing for me growing up was opera, because my job was cleaning the house when everyone else was working in the orchard. And when they would come in, Grandma had told me if I was working the house, it was my music. So I picked opera because I figured it's the music everyone would hate the most, even though I didn't like it. And I developed a love for opera because of that.
Okay. Do you approve of your children's music choices now? And what sort of limitations do you place on them?
I don't approve of all of my children's music choices. I have one child who has questionable taste in music, but I don't limit her.
Okay.